Hey guys, GoldeeJR back with another live stream. And last time, we defeated we defeated the Ravens and lost to the Dolphins. So we're now in the Super Bowl because of the AFC Championship win against us. I think it was a good season. I mean, I think we played way better than our roster actually dictates. We should. So I'm happy with how the season went. 12-5 is special, but we are going to start with a schedule review. So we're going to come up preseason. We started out 2-1. And in all three games, we put up at least 31 points, but our defense seemed to be an issue. Later in the season, let's just go, and then our offense falls off. Well, the 49ers, listen, man, they went 15-2. I have nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with this loss, really. So we go 2-2. One loss is divisional, one loss is against a team that went 15-2. Next four, beat the Texans 31-23, lost to the Jaguars 28-34, won 26-14, and then lost 34-37. So we go 2-2 again. Both times we lose, we allow 30 points or more. So offense looking really good in these first 8. Defense, not so much. And our next 4 before the bye week, beat the Colts 37-24, beat the Cardinals 34-17, beat the Browns 23-14, beat the Jaguars 20-13. Our defense doesn't allow any more than 24 points, and guess what? We win every game. So it seems like there's a trend. Don't allow 30 points to your opponent if you want to win, if you're the Titans. And for the final 5, we beat the Patriots 35-14, lose to the Chargers 24-27, win 38-17, win 29-7, win 52-7. So, out of our 5 losses, only one of them, or 2 of them, we allowed less than 30 points. And in none of them we allowed less than 25. So pretty much the formula to us winning games was good defense. So we head on to the postseason, where we beat the Steelers 27-22, beat the Ravens 33-23, and lose to the Dolphins 16-34. Once again, the trend is don't allow 30 points if you want to win for this Titans team. 6 total losses, 4 of them we allowed 30 points. And so we've got upgrading. Oh yeah, let's look at yearly awards. Brock Purdy wins MVP with the 15-2 49ers. Coach of the year. Wait, let's see. Will Levis at 10 for MVP. Wow. Coach of the year is Kyle Shanahan for the 49ers. And we were 3rd on Coach of the Year for our 12-5 record. Nice. I don't care about the NFC awards. AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Russell was at 5, but Lamar Jackson wins the award. Defensive Player of the Year, the winner is Jerome Baker for the 2nd year in a row. Ebiketie at 5, L'Jarius Sneed at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year, no one's surprised to see that, it's Quincy Russell. Of course, we had no other offensive rookies. Wait, did we? We actually have no other ones. We had Harding, who's on the practice squad. That was our only other offensive rookie. Wait, I'm slow. Of course, Eric Guerrero, but he doesn't count. He's offensive lineman. I don't think he can win this award. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Starks was 3rd, so not too bad for him. Tap at 8 or 7. Best QB, Will Levis at 3. Patrick Mahomes wins. I don't think I mentioned defensive rookie. Michael Hodge for the Browns. Tony Pollard wins best running back for the AFC, because I think everyone in front of him rushing yards was NFC. And even if they didn't have more touchdowns than him. Best receiver, Rashee Rice. Russell 3rd. So, if he played those other 3 games, he's number 1 right here. Best offensive lineman is Tyler Linderbaum. Nicholas Petit-Frere should not be here. Why are our best offensive linemen guys who never started a game? And Connor Williams. Best defensive lineman, dang, Ebiketie 2nd behind the Forrest Buckner. Harold Landry at 6, much deserved. He was very good. Best linebacker, no shock, that is Jerome Baker, and Ernest Jones at 6. Best DB, of course, L'Jarius Sneed. Well, not really, of course. He was really good this year. Best kicker, Will Lutz at 9, but Tyler Bass wins. So those are all of our awards. Quite a lot if you combine it with the Pro Bowls and the league leading and any other things we did this year. So I'm assuming we got some upgrades thanks to the awards we won. Oh, no, just one upgrade. That's Quincy Russell. Let's get this up to an 85. He is now a 87 overall. After his rookie season, by the way. So, yeah, 90. Oh, he's only 90 overall by the time next season's over. I'm not going to change his abilities because chances are he will lose his superstar development. I don't think he will, but we have to see. When is regression this staff week or at resign players week? I can't remember. Well, retirements are here, so that means regression's probably here too. 2025 season recap. The Packers take down the Dolphins last year. The Ravens beat the Eagles. MVP in the Super Bowl is Xavier McKinney. The official MVP, the official winners are Brock Purdy MVP. Matt LaFleur just stole Coach of the Year. I could have sworn it was just Kyle Shanahan. Offensive Player of the Year, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Defensive Player of the Year, Jerome Baker. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Quincy Russell. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, Michael Hodge. Congrats to a second season complete. Mock draft number 4. Here we go. Hopefully this one's at least a little bit more realistic. And our official draft spot is 29th. So they gave us behind the 49ers, who were also in the championship game. I like that. And they say Josh Bushrod, who has officially a round 1 talent. Did I already know that? I don't think I did. I think they just wait, maybe? No, yeah, I think I did just learn that because these guys got scouting increases. We now know some players' talents, or just very few. Well, this is not all of the players. We can look at our favorites. We don't know anyone with top 5 talent, but we know Hurley, who I don't really remember, and Bushrod both have round 1 talents. Is there any positions that I know like a lot of the true talents of? It's like receiver. I know a few. Oh no, I know a lot of the receivers. Okay. Which is weird. Cause I mean, I need receiver, but I don't need receiver. Oh, I know Calhoun's talent. He's around 1 to 2. Yeah, that's it. Well, I know 80% on the safeties, but that's not enough to know true talent. View retirements. Any Tennessee Titans? I don't think there will be. We have a very young roster. Yeah, it's just Matthew Judon on the Colts. Before we look at messages and conferences and upgrade players, we shall look at depth trait and overall regressions. So, Pollard doesn't regress. It's like no one on offense regress. That's nice. Defensively, or saying like overall, Baker regresses, but Ernest Jones keeps it. Okay. And, of course, not really surprised that Tap regresses. Why can't we have Simmons regress, man? But yeah, Baker will want to get... That's the second time gaining superstar and then immediately losing it. But, hold on, let me look back on offense to see any overall regressions. Pollard down to an 86, which isn't that bad, but he was just a 90, so that's a 4 overall loss, which is actually a lot. Did Campbell regress? Because I feel like he wasn't a 75. He just turned 29. Yeah, he lost 21 points. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Winston is down to a 69. He played like a 69, so it's not surprising. And Pollard loses 19. But he kept superstar. On defense, what older players do we have? Hooker just turned 28. He regressed by 2 awareness. He's down to an 80. I don't know if that's actually higher or lower than what he used to be, but any other potential regression players? I mean, clearly Simmons didn't regress. Yeah, I mean, we just have a pretty young roster, so it's not surprising. Wait, did I check Baker? Yeah, he just went down to star dev and then lost 1 point in play rec. What about Ryan Stonehouse or Will Lutz? As long as y'all don't lose kick power, I really don't care. Yeah, they didn't lose. Will Lutz didn't regress. Actually, I don't know why I'm checking. I did not care. So not too much terrible on regression. And Pollard will keep his superstar dev. New message from our offensive coordinator. Coach, wanted to touch base with you about off-season workouts. Who have you got? Who do you want to talk to? Latham or Pollard? It's gotta be Latham. I mean, he's a future piece. Let me talk to him. Okay, I'll have him reach out to you. A trade. Coach, they told me you want to talk to me. What are you focusing on during it sounds good to me. I wasn't paying that much attention. First name that you see is who the Giants are drafting. I wonder who the Giants are drafting. I don't see anybody yet. Jalen Walker. That's interesting. I think that's kind of fun that the Giants did that. So the Texans trade a 5th and a 7th 2 years from now, and the Browns trade a 2 6 this year and a 7th. Okay. I mean, it's a trade, something. There's something to look at, I guess. Players will focus on off-season workouts as they head home after the season. I don't know why they're showing Jerome Baker, because that's not who I talked to, but a press conference. Let's see what they ask us. They can be kind of rude with their questions. Hey, everybody. Listen, I know I said, oh, Coach, let's talk about the next few months. I guess I don't want to talk about the past. What is your plan for the upcoming off-season? Do we want to win the draft or make a splash and upgrade the roster? Probably this, because we're Super Bowl contending now. We need to upgrade the roster every year. I didn't say every year. Hold on. Anyway, any specific position or just overall talent? They're going to make you... Let's go position in mind, because I did overall talent last time. We won't actually spoil your plans publicly. I appreciate that. Thank you. We'll check back in training camp and see how you did. Oh, so if you're saying there's no specific position, they do ask you more specific questions, I've learned. Okay. So just get someone of 85 overall. That's not impossible at all. We've got upgrade players here. Who do you have to upgrade? It might be practice squad. I'm guessing. Yeah, I mean, I like my practice squad guys, but I don't really care enough to actually upgrade them individually. Alright. Move on from staff week, because clearly... Actually, let's look at fired coaches. I'm looking for some real people, actually. Panthers fired their coach. Jonathan Gannon on the Cardinals. Gerard Mayo on the Patriots. Kevin Stefanski. Dang, Sean McVay. And Doug Peterson. Alright, I'm not going to waste any more time. I want to move on to this offseason. On to re-sign players, which shouldn't have much to do, except for for fifth-year options. Oh, no, we have a player meeting, but yeah, we'll do a player meeting first. A legendary cut. What was that? I wasn't looking. Why are we on the practice field? I thought we just headed back home. Training camp already? Coach might have just been telling me that my number motivation should be more meaningful. Paul, I really don't care. But, yeah, what's your motivation, man? I really care about being close to home. I don't know where you were born, so I don't know if that's good for me or not. But whenever your contract does appear, I'm probably not re-signing you. I want you to care about winning, bro. And I think I've earned your trust over the years. So you should not be saying, oh, he trusts me enough. All right, Tony. Respect, bro. Finally, that works for a player. And I think it does make sense for Tony Pollard because he's been great. Oh, DeAndre Hopkins gets cut. That's sad, I guess. So, we can franchise that. Man, Campbell, I don't. He's just not going to be as good next year. He regressed decently. Just no even if it would be a decently tough contract, there's just no reason to sign any of these guys. Especially because Dole's like old too. He's not like a young receiver. So yeah, say goodbye to all these guys. Even I think Gay got some play time. Sorry, Stats, but we will be accept. Only $12 million. Because if we had to resign him next year, it would be a good bit of money, and he doesn't want to resign. So we probably extend Skaronski. It's actually a tough decision because, do you want to? Or do you just want to let him go? Because I could easily just let Skaronski go next season and not accept his option because he wouldn't want to be here. Maybe we focus on guard. I think the smart thing is just to push it a year ahead. $12 million isn't an insane contract. Just keep him on the squad for now. We're trying to win. We're not really trying to lose players that we don't have to lose. That's it. Rumor: one NFL coach is convincing players to change their mindsets. Okay. On to the first week of free agency, y'all. This is where offseason really begins. Okay, we got a lot of stories. Hill led the NFL in jersey sales. Why is it all Dolphins players? Because they went to the Super Bowl? The Browns just fired. Oh no, I guess they hired him. I guess I can write down there's not that insane amount of draft stories, so we'll write them down. So first we've got running back Dexter Barnes struggled at the combine. That's tough for him, I guess. And tight end Charleston Byers shows up overweight. Okay. I was actually considering drafting tight end. And then we got a few more. Right end Curtis Marshall improves draft stock. We've got receiver Dylan Haywood is slow. That's basically it. Running back Juwan Mann misses the combine. And finally, left guard Owen Archer dominates bench press. Alright, some more stories to suck our teeth into, or sink our teeth into is actually the correct term there. So, the thing is, if I left the team where it is now, technically there's no holes on D-line or tight end. But the thing is, Okonkwo kind of sucks. It sucks to say that, but he can't stay healthy, and even when he is healthy, he hasn't been effective at all. I can't get him open for some reason. He's 26. It's not like he's overly young either. The only thing that really makes me interested in him is his speed. He's a really athletic tight end. But we will be adding him to the trade block. Just in case, teams don't seem to care about trade block in this game for some reason. But Simmons will be leaving. That's a guarantee. Simmons is done. I think restructuring then trading actually hurts your cap. He's 29. I think it's time to see what we can get for him once again. I don't really want to trade him for another player. There are some tempting offers here. Like Brian Thomas. Kyle Duggar is not tempting. Cooper Kupp is too old. Tariq Williams is one with Ev. Patrick Queen, I don't really need linebacker. But the most interesting ones are probably for the receivers here. But I want to get picks back because if I'm not mistaken, I'm missing a first next year. Yeah. So we're going to be probably looking for our first next year. What teams need a defensive tackle? Bengals. Can they afford him? The Broncos certainly can. And they're not too great either. I think they made it to the playoffs, though. So let's see. First of all, I'm going to just do an insanely stupid trade to see how much they like it. They don't hate that. They don't hate a first next year for Simmons. So it means they might accept that right away. Maybe I could get like a week, one of these two, Franklin, but probably Marvin Mims. Since I could, wait, let me look at yours. Your stats, dude. Deep threat, 92 speed. Actually, not a terrible catcher either. I'd like Marvin Mims. A first next year in Marvin Mims, if that could go through, that'd be nice. I'm gonna make sure no one else interested me more. Who's that? Aziz Ojolari. Yeah, I think this is what I would like. If I could get Marvin, I think this is a realistic trade in real life too. Even 2 years from now, Jeffrey Simmons for Marvin Mims in the first next year. It's official. Jeffrey Simmons is gone. And instead, we've improved our receiver core without even having to use the draft, even though the draft is still valid, because Traylon Burks isn't crazy. I do like him. I've liked him in this entire franchise. Fact is, 76 overall, 26 years old. I mean, he had a mid-season this year. Even though it's weird because we didn't have our starter for a lot of the season because Russell was injured. But now it's just Sweat, who's an 85. So we got our first back. Well, not really back. We have a new one. Do I give Sweat another year? What's his contract looking like? Because this contract's up next year. We probably keep him. Because $2 million. I think if he asks for an insane contract when his time comes, you get rid of him. But for now, you keep him since we're still trying to make a push for the Super Bowl. But yeah, time to add Marvin Mims to the depth chart. Is it Mims, like, he doesn't have the morale that our guys have, so he's not as high as overall, but he will be at the start of next season. In a move that could take them to the next level, the Broncos acquired Jeffrey Simmons and then traded the Titans today. You're technically correct. I want to look at these guys who have draft stories. So first was Dexter Barnes, the running back. Where is he? Well, he struggles. So I don't know why I'm going down to look at him, but maybe like he fell into the did I miss him? Running back Dexter Barnes. Oh, here he is. Seems like he had a good combine. Let's take a look at him. Round 3 to 4 talent. And he looks alright, but they say he struggled in the combine. Oh yeah, his drill and shuttle are terrible. He's not especially fast. Next, Charleston Byers shows up overweight. Oh, that's the guy I had on my freaking board, man. Don't be out here selling in the combines. I have scouts. Well, it's really the social media. Oh yeah, he didn't have a good combine either. I'm not going to move him from my board, but that's not very promising. Let's look at the combine for tight ends. Fastest 40 time goes to this guy, Steven Redmond. He looks great. He looks actually insane. Probably not gonna get him, but you know, always worth it to look at him. And then this is the next fastest guy, Jamison Huff, second tight end in speed. He has great speed. We'll consider him, especially because Okonkwo may not be a tight end on this team by the time we're done with this off season. Next, we've got right end Curtis Marshall, who was top 5 talent right now. I guess it's because he improved his draft stock. You know, he looks absolutely terrible. Oh, he's an insane athlete. That's interesting. I've never seen a player look so bad as an actual like skilled player, but a combine boosts him into the top five. That's very interesting. I mean, I don't care. I'm not going to pick in the top five, but when I don't want to be in favorites, I want to look at all positions. So did he kick someone out? I don't remember. I don't remember if these guys were in the top five or not. But now he's in there. Well, no, actually, maybe he was always in there because it says he only moved the back one. I don't know. I really can't remember. I'm not gonna check. Receiver, Dylan Haywood is slow. That's basically what I got from that one. Dylan Haywood. Must have missed him because they're usually not this low. Yep, definitely missed him. Yep, up here. How slow are you, buddy? He looks terrible all around. Ran a 4.5 as a receiver. Yeah, your career is over. Juan Man misses the combine. Down here. Has A carrying. He doesn't look bad for a guy who missed the combine. You know what? Just because you have a story, which usually means you're important in some way, we'll put you on the board, Mr. Man. And we've got Owen Archer dominates the bench press at left guard, which is where Squansky plays. B pass block, C run block, A run block finesse, A impact blocking. Okay, Owen Archer. He's a name to look at, I guess. Yeah, leave strength. Actually, Owen Archer, if you're just going pure best player available, he could get picked by us potentially. But I will say I want to pause the stream because I need to go. And I'm back. Took 4 minutes, which isn't, I guess it's not really that long of a break on the stream, right? Alright, mic working. So was that the last story? Yes, that's the last thing we're going to do for now, I think. And of course, now with Simmons gone, D-tackle becomes ever more important. This guy's not my favorite, but he has 8 power moves. Did he have a good combine? Oh, yes, he very much did. Okay. There's a potential first-round pick. Ramon Frazier didn't have a bad combine either. He's round 2 to 3. Love to see that A injury because Quincy Russell has scarred me for life. I mean, I'm never recovering from what he's done. So when you don't see the hearts until you go back and look at the, I don't know why Madden's weird, but I just have to get 85 overall players somehow. So I think it's time to try that. Also, our team got quite a bit worse after trading Jeffrey Simmons. So and $38 million. I feel like we should have more. What's killing our salary? Adafe Owe, Zach Martin for a year wouldn't be bad. I mean, really, like, ooh, Mark, do we? Well, hold on, actually, though, think about it, do we get Mark Andrews? 30 isn't that old. When we have the money to do it, he is a tight end. He wants a lot, but maybe I'm not signing for 4 years. That just can't happen. How much is that due for him? Oh no, yeah, we can't give that much money to Mark Andrews because the Broncos are giving him a 5-tier contract. So we still have Winston as our mentor, so we don't need anybody here. Oh no, we don't. I'm stupid. We need a mentor quarterback. So it's not going to cost anything. Like, potentially, what was his name? Jacoby Brissett, but... Well, Mark Mario is more motivated to go to our team, so... It'll be cheaper, so we're probably going to do him. It's not a great contract, but... He's not going to get many better. Don't need running back, really, at all. Henry's down to an 82. Wow. Don't care about fullback. No receiver wants to play for Tennessee for some reason. I don't like that. We could use a 4th-string guy, but that's probably for later. Maybe Campbell will rejoin the team. Tight ends, I don't think any of these guys are worth signing unless we were to pursue Andrews, which I just think isn't really an option right now. Now, my question is, do I just try to grab a great offensive lineman while these guys continue to develop and bench one of them? I think that is a possibility. I think that's something we could do. Maybe we grab Devontae Wyatt just in case we don't end up getting a guy, but... I mean, 11 million is kind of a lot, but... It was going to be the best we could get for someone. I think Benito isn't too bad. I probably should check... Oh, Nakobe Dean. I love Nakobe Dean, but do we really need a middle linebacker? Not really. We've kind of got our linebackers set. I am going to take another look at our team in a minute, though. Josh Metellus. I mean, we have the money to pursue maybe a big name. So, any positions we just need depth in? Maybe a receiver, but it's not really that important to get receiver. we're getting a defensive tackle, which would help with the right end situation. Oh, I have a ton of middle linebackers for some reason. If I wanted to run 3-4, we could have like Baker. Oh, but I want Jones to stay on the edge. So actually, no, I won't do that. I could get a replacement for Jack Gibbons, who isn't really a great player for us. I won't say he's great. I mean, what does Gibbons really do? He has a spot on the team, but he has 78 speed. We'll add him to the trade block for now. I don't think he's going to get any deals. But yeah, maybe we do pursue with Nakobe Dean and put him there, since he would definitely be a better option than. Or I could just go with Odafe, try to pursue Odafe Owe. So it's Dean or Owe. We'll see what Owe's contract looks like right now. Quite a lot. If I gave him this, how would he feel about that? We just be in the mix with other teams. Not in the hunt. I'm not even in the hunt right now with that. They say he has no offer, but he clearly has offers. I guess is what team's interest is what matters. Edwards had 0. He's a pass coverage guy, 85 speed, 90 tackle. Decent, pretty good block shed, honestly, for a linebacker. And so if I don't want TJ Edwards, it would be Nakobe Dean. And he's faster, cheaper. He wants $7 million per year, while this guy wants 12. That's a big difference, even though the overall difference is also big. 90 tackle. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't see a reason not to get Dean here. Nakobe Dean has really good ratings. It bring back a Patriots franchise legend, and he really wants to be on the team. So we're in the hunt. We're number 1 for him right now. So we've offered 3 players. Do we just see if we can get one of these offensive linemen? Martin, oh no, they want too much money per year. I can't even afford them right now with what I'm doing. Maybe we try to get Edwards too. I don't know. Maybe we just try to get Edwards too, and just kind of just kick Gibbons out. But that'd be a lot of money. How would that fare for Edwards? We'd be the only offer, and we might not get everyone here, so we really could potentially. I think this is good for now. They all make decisions, so we don't get Dean. We get Edwards. We get Wyatt. We get Mariota. Dean was the guy who I looked at his ratings. I was like, he's really good. Mark Andrews signs with the Broncos. They just got Simmons and Andrews. We might have just made the Broncos undefeatable. But we did just introduce a couple of players to the team. At defensive tackle, of course, we've now got Devontae Wyatt, which I need to look at his ratings. So I want to see how his skill set compares to Vontae Sweat. And then finally, we've got TJ Edwards, which makes our linebacker team. Our linebackers are just evil right now. We've got TJ Edwards, Jerome Baker, and Ernest Jones. They're going to dominate, all right? They're going to feast. So let's look at a just lineup now. We went back up to a 73 with those signings. And it's crazy because since Edwards is 1 overall lower than 85, he's not going to count. So the former Georgia Bulldog Devontae Wyatt, not strong, especially very quick. 80 speed's high for him. 78 block shed, 83 finesse moves. I think those are both lower than Sweat, but it doesn't mean he's going to play worse. He's probably going to be on a worse offensive lineman since he's lower overall. Yeah, because Sweat's got better rate. Well, he actually has less finesse moves, but way more strength. Way less speed. I think this. I don't think there's any negative to this signing, though. But yeah, I think at this point you probably just try to trade Gibbons for talent. But since there's no other interests I have in really signing other free agents, I think I'm at least going to simulate to next week since I can't say it for some reason. I'll take one more look. We have 13 mil, which is definitely enough to sign a player or two. Adafe Owe goes to the Rams. Martin and Thuney are both still sitting with no contract. Kelly to the Panthers. Walker to the Bears. Shakir to the Seahawks. Tyrann Mathieu re-signs with the Saints. Mike Evans to the Panthers. That's fun. That's where I guess that's the new place where receivers go to die because he's not going to do nothing there. Dean chooses Seattle. Okay. I was interested in Metellus. He also goes to the Panthers. Let's just sort players by interest. Who wants to play here the most? Cornerbacks, middle linebacker. I mean, if I draft the corner, especially saying, yeah, hey, it's like saying, hey, Tap, you're going back on the bench. And I don't think he played poorly, so I don't really want to do that to him. I would like David Edwards, but he's just not really worth having on the team. Calvin Austin could be a good late backup option. He could be a kick returner, 95 speed. Well, that moves me. You know I love a good kick returner. Where his only offer leaves us with $8 million. I don't think we're going to do anything with it, but I could get Chris Barnes as a backup, and I definitely wouldn't hate that. Alright, that's what we're going with this for this period. We got Barnes and Austin both on low contracts. Austin makes a decision. Austin joins us. That's our second receiver addition. We added 2 in this free agency. And Thuney chooses the Bears. Zach Martin chooses the Rams. So, if I want to get that done, we'll have to trade for an 85 plus. If I want to get that thing done. I mean, I heavily doubt it's going to be 85 plus. Wait, I need a superstar in a superstar center in trade block. That's insane. I think that's kind of broken to trade for, though. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, no 85s are going to be here. I think maybe you go for 85 offensive lineman, though, and just, like, try to really improve that O-line. Who would I probably would be a guard. Someone who could replace Skoronski. So the Ravens are just chilling with an insane offensive line. Okay. What was I looking for? Guard. First we'll look at left guard. I just didn't see them. Oh, the Bears have 2. Tevin Jenkins. Get offers. They take Harold Landry for Jenkins straight up. And I can't trade Harold. I know he's a 30-year-old. I can't trade Harold Landry. That's something he isn't that valuable to the Bears right now. That's what that means. He's not that valuable. Because Harold Landry isn't like an insanely good player. But I guess it's just because they really do need outside linebacker. I could move Gibbons to outside linebacker and see what I could get for that. I can't edit his thing here, though, so we'll go back and do that, see how much that'll help us. Tevin Jenkins has a big contract, but he's so good, I don't even care. That'd be a great guard. And then, so we'd have Skoronski on the bench for now. And then we decide what to do with him later. So, Gibbons, you ready to be on the other side of the linebacker spectrum? Not spectrum. It's like kind of rigid. I don't know. Anyway, man, he might not be that valuable to the Bears anyway. But if I can even get him like on the deal, I'd be fine with that. Scrunchy does not seem happy that I'm trying to replace him. And I probably should draft a linebacker at some point. Just get another guy in there. Yep, Bears. I mean, it's crazy that Jenkins is on the bench right now. He will be needing to be re-signed, but let's just see how far this goes. Oh, we can't afford that, so we'd have to add somebody else. Who's random? Kelly could work. We don't need Kelly. Oh! Gibbons and Kelly for Jenkins. They really just wanted an outside linebacker. Sorry, Skoronsky, but we just made a big deal. So we lose, what's his name? Jeffrey Simmons. We gain Tevin Jenkins, who will be our starting left guard for this season. I mean, Skoronsky was our worst offensive lineman in my opinion, so, I mean, it sucks to do it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And now I know we can't afford nothing, so I guess we should just move on to the next week and see if that guy accepts. Simulating mock draft number 5. Pro Day mock draft number 5. So now it says we will draft the left end Bushrod still. I think that's the same thing it said last time, so. I mean, it's not like we've been really filling up the defensive line. We traded one and plugged it up. We haven't really improved the position. The line is like, just that we don't have any huge holes, so we're just trying to do whatever we can to make it better. So, is there anybody who I really like who's going earlier than I like? There's Tom Hurley, who I know who has a round 1 talent. Justice Rushing will go at 15 right now. Steven Redmond will go in round 1 apparently. And Mike Hendricks too. These are just guys who I know exist. I don't know if I don't even know who I want yet in the first round. I just don't know. I mean, we're gonna find out, of course. Eventually. I don't know why I have these top 5 players in my favorite, but let's look at Hurley. I mean, we know he has round 1 talent, but he just no. I mean, I don't want him. Was this thing physical? How are you 196 pounds and a playmaker with decent speed? I'm not drafting him, even if he were to fall to me. Who's the fastest 40 time? A random cornerback named Garrison Carson ran a 4.29. Oh. And things I don't even really need corner, but 4.29 is insane. Do you even pass that? Can you pass that up? Can you pass 4.29 up? I mean, there's a lot of good options in the first round for me. So I don't really need to trade up for anyone. I mean, look at all these round. Oh, this is not favorites. I mean, actually, I don't have a ton of round 1 to 2 guys on my board, and a lot of them are positions I don't really care for. I mean, Gio also ran a 4.35, which ain't too bad. He looks great. Yeah, there's some good players in this draft class, especially seemingly in the secondary. And I don't need secondary, but right now, as I said earlier, I'm probably going to be taking best player available in this draft class. But yeah, I think we're done with free agency. We have $1 million left. So, I mean, there's not much else you can really do there. Um, we got some more draft stories. Josh Mann. This is a different man. Are they brothers? We got Mann brothers. We have Josh Mann and Juan Mann. Josh Mann had a great pro day. Running back Julius Riley ran through his athletic testing, then went home before he did his positional drills. Okay, that's very interesting. Riley only did athletic drills. And finally, tight end Marcus Moreau wasn't great at pro day. So I guess we'll check out these players. Specifically, right end Josh Mann, who I'm most interested to look at. Here he is, 22 years old. B finesse moves, D blockchain, and D power moves. 6'4", only 266. Decent pro day, nothing too crazy here. I mean, he doesn't move me. He really just doesn't. Then we had a running back who only did athletic drills, so maybe he's like extra fast or something. I'm trying to think positively here. Julius Riley. He's all the way down. I already had him on my board. Elite jumping. Maybe it's just the guy who has 99 jumping. Actually, he seems very worth picking since he's already undrafted right now, ranked 160th. But no, why did I assume this was the guy? This is one man. Where is Riley? He's ranked 221st. I guess he dropped so far because of his avoiding some drills, but I don't really care. Anyway, so I mean, you just gotta go through the draft at this point because I have no money to sign people, and there's not much else to do besides sign people. So yeah, well, actually, I guess we can use staff points and get some personnel stuff. We'll do that. I probably could have done some of this stuff. Anyway, before I started signing people. Oh, I didn't even write down my free agency class. I'm gonna do that now. It'll take a little bit, but see you guys. I just realized I only signed 1-year deals. So these guys are all going to be fighting to come back next year. I'm especially happy with Calvin Austin's contract. I just got a great kick returner for $5 million. After the trade, I'm negative in cap, so that's great. Because last year I signed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys. This year I signed 4. Had a lot more money to play around with last year. But, yeah, it's time to move on. Once again, not much to do. And of course, you should have focus players next week, I think. So, of course, no news at all. Well, no, there's some stuff over here. Or one thing. Damian Pierce is now off the market. Okay. Pretty much everybody worth anything won't be here. You know, there are some actual decent players down here. If I had money, maybe I'd consider pursuing T. Alford. But I don't have money. I have literal negative money. If that makes any sense at all. On to free agency recap. I mean, just how you can check offers in this game. You usually... Oh, ooh, a trade. That's fun. Hold on, let me go look at transactions. Sounds fun as heck. Sounds like an actual interesting deal. Trades only. Actually, we can check all the off-season. Well, this is just us, though. This is mostly just us. So the Falcons trade a 7th and Caden Ellis for Byron Young. And a 2028 7th. And then they also trade a 6th and Gerald Ramsey for Mike Sainer still. So they shipped out. They got some. Okay, that's interesting. 2 deals from the Falcons. I'm not sure exactly why, but they seemed interesting. I kind of want to look at these trades. I mean, hey, might as well make the stream longer. So they got Byron Young and Mike. Both are pretty young players. Mike will be their 3rd string cornerback. And then Byron Young is probably some sort of pass rusher. I don't know which one, but he will be their starting right outside linebacker. So, and I already know. So who they trade this year? Like a young guy to the Commanders. I don't really know what position he is though. I'm assuming I think he's defense. Oh, is this guy Gerald Ramsey? Doesn't seem like anything special. Oh, yeah, setting up finesse moves. That's not bad. Okay. Private workouts. Let me look at QB real quick. Oh, so 3 of them projected round 1. I think I see Landry go round 1 in the mock draft. Let me go to my favorites. That's probably where I'll be choosing them from. Guys who don't have as much information on, but I still really like. Probably want to do some D tackles, right? Yeah, let's sort by D tackle. That's probably what I'm going to be looking for in this draft class. Defensive line. So we've got 3. We'll do Barber and Frazier. Oops. So select boom, boom, and for last pick, do we go for a round 1? Yeah, let's go Garrison Carson for our last one. So for private workouts, Defensive tackle, Ramon Frazier. Or Frazier. Darren Barber. And Garrison Carson. That's all defense. On to the draft, man. It's like players are talking about who they want their teams to pick. Let's look at mock draft one more time. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to remember it or anything. I'm not going to write it down because it's kind of cheating to do that, but I will take a quick look at the last one. Stevens at 5, quarterback. So I'm going to have a decent amount of my players still on the board by the time I even pick. But if I don't feel like that by the time, there's someone who by the time I... Well, actually, no, let me look at my guys, actually. My private workouts. So we know Barber and we know Frazier. Frazier's not great. Barber is about where he should be. And for the quick cornerback, Garrison Carson is top 5. That might be trade up, even though I don't want corner really, but I mean, do you pass on that? We're not going to watch this. Alright, first pick. They say it's going to be a quarterback. And it is Ryland Mobley out of Oklahoma State. Panthers, Jonathan Stevens, it should be. And it is. Jonathan Stevens, first defensive pick out of West Virginia. I'm definitely going to go through the first 10 without any worries because even if I'm not going to trade to the top 10 no matter what. The quarterback, Jamie Green, predictably goes to the Giants. He looks better than Mobley. Out of Texas. The Raiders. Why's the top 4 so similar? Or top 10, really. They pick Jack Everett. He looks like a pretty good left tackle. Cardinals, the 5th pick. Nicholas Layman out of Auburn. New Orleans picks Curtis Marshall, who rose very up quickly, but doesn't look too crazy. He's out of Florida. Vikings select Tom Hurley, round 1 true talent out of North Carolina. Jacksonville goes with Sean Ward, cornerback out of Wake Forest, a zone coverage. Los Angeles Rams select Gregory Brooks, cornerback. That's another one out of LSU. And the 10th pick is Russell Telfer out of Auburn to the Patriots. That's the first 10 guys. So we're down to... So favorites who are still on the board for me, Jacob Landry, Geo Jackson. We're just not going to be able to get those two before they're picked probably. Telfer's gone, right? Is there 2 Telfers? Why? Another duo of brothers. And there's Garrison. Oh, man. He's the next DB on the board, ain't he? Or he's the next corner. We know he's great. We know he's great. And he has the speed to back it up. I mean, do you pass on a player that good? I mean, I'm not going to trade in the top 15, so. And there he goes. Yeah, I was just not trading up for 11. Garrison Carson out of Alabama, who looks insane, goes to the Commanders. And I feel even more like leeway, like, okay, I can kind of sit down. Because that was a guy who I knew was a top 5 talent. And Jose Mercado looks great, by the way. Great pick by the Colts. Cedric Adams, the right tackle, goes to New York. Really New Jersey, but whatever. The Bears select Gabriel Felix, another right tackle. This guy's out of Notre Dame. He looks pretty good. And the Chargers select Justice Rushing, another guy I like, defensive tackle out of Clemson. That's the first 15. So I don't think I'd fight for any of these players who are closest. Like, I like Redmond, but he had a bad draft story. Jacob Landry not going for a quarterback here, really. Geo Jackson not like. Like, I'm sorry, but I think I'm probably just gonna wait till my pick at 29, and if not, trade up very shallowly. I mean, the guys who are the highest ranked guys who are still on the board, who I could want. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is ranked based off of mine. This isn't actually ranked. Anyway, but now let me go back. We'll just do this. Okay, I mean, Barber would probably not make it, right? To my pick. Well, she could. Barber could. Where's Barber? Down at 38. He could fall. Let's see who the Falcons select, or at least going past 20 here. There's Shaq Ware. He was the next guy on the board. The Falcons picked the receiver, who didn't look very good, so I don't know about that. Texans select Keith Brooks out of Georgia. Has some nice ratings there. Buffalo, surprisingly 18. They select Shane Thomas, who's a left tackle out of Oregon State. Another good-looking tackle, by the way. Tampa Bay goes with Taylor Pryor, cornerback out of Tulane. He looks not half bad. And the Broncos select Eddie Moore, who is an edge rusher out of Clemson. 9 picks away, guys. And still no quarterback. Jacob Landry is still on the board. That's interesting. He actually looks decent, too. I wouldn't trade up for him, probably. If he fell to me, then you'd have to think. But I don't think I can use my pick, even though I think it is best player available right now. I don't think I could use it on QB and justify that. Especially after what Will Levis did. I don't think he'd make it to me anyway as the Seahawks select Larry Bolden, receiver out of Texas. Ace Bet Cash could be the next Quincy Russell, but that's going to be rare. Isaiah Clement goes to Detroit, the left tackle out of Clemson again. He looks really good. Pittsburgh picks Jacob Landry. He's finally off the board out of Alabama. Cincinnati, their division rivals, select the safety. They go with Geo Jackson out of Missouri. And now pick 25 is the Chiefs. They pick Troy Presley, right outside linebacker out of Penn State. Now, I feel like a lot of times I pick late, at least to allow my players going off the board early, but surprisingly, I still have a few first-rounders here. Thing is, like, it's hard to say who I'm going to pick so far, because I still don't know. I still have 28 guys here. I mean, I think I'm fine going to my pick right now. I mean, we'll see if I get heartbroken eventually. But Stephen Redmond, the tight end, does go to Baltimore. Amazing ratings. Penn State. There goes Dalton Harold. Left tackle goes to Philadelphia from Kansas State. And the final pick before me is Mike Hendricks. Right guard goes to the Cowboys. He's from Stanford. And now it's our pick at 29. But the question is, do you take the pick at 29? Whew. Calhoun and Bouchard are potential. But we know Bouchard's not around 1 to 2 talent. He's around 1 talent. And he's ranked... What is he ranked on the actual board? How far down is Bouchard? Not that far down, actually. I mean, far down for, like, overall, but... Left end, he's 3rd. We could be picking a lot of defense today. We still got Darren Barber. He only has 8 power moves. That's his only remarkable thing. But he has amazing speed. You probably want better strength. I feel like Barber screams normal dev. Let's just go to from ranking. So, Pyramid, of course, we're not picking him. Tefler's on my board, but I don't really remember even putting him on my board. He looks alright. Definitely not picking him here. Bushrock, Calhoun are both players I want to pick later. I mean, I could really trade down here. I mean, I think that's definitely a potential move. Because Barber is down at 38. But he is the next defensive tackle. I think if I do want him, I just pick him here. If not, I trade down. He's next. I mean, yeah, and I do want another second round pick. I do need two of those because I want to pick Bushrod and Calhoun. We'll see what we can do. If I could trade down with the Packers and maybe still somehow get a second, that it'd be tough to do, but I think it's possible. And then we need, but they are like, they don't have a second round pick that I want. They have a late one. Is there any teams with multiple second round picks? Man, I know teams don't really do any blockbuster trades, so yeah, it looks like everyone has pretty much just. You could have 2/3. You could trade out of the first round. Yeah, that's it. That's everyone. What do we do here? What are our picks right now? We've got that late second. How am I going to get... I don't think I can get all three. I think I have to get two. And maybe, like... We can still make that trade for the Packers work. Let's see what they'd want for this first. There's none. Well, we could look at trade downs then. Like the game-generated ones. Any 2026 firsts? We've got 2022 pick in a second next year. Next year first, this year third. This year 10 picks from now fourth. This is 12 picks. That's 13 picks. That's only 5, and then we get a 5th, a 7th. No, I'm not interested in that. The Packers did offer me their pick, a 3rd next year, and a 6th this year. Do we just trade down there and then see what we can do after? I think that's not a bad decision. Because even if we do lose him, if we lose the defensive tackle, then I can just pick one of those two. So, I don't think that's bad. Oh, or we could trade down 2 spots, get a 4th this year and a 6th next year. Instead of a 3rd next year. So, I mean, the 3rd next year is probably more valuable to me, in my opinion, than the 4th this year. But in a 6th next year, compared to a 6th this year. And it's a 1 pick difference. I'm going to go with this one, especially because we barely have to trade down. A small trade with the Dolphins. 2 more picks will be going. Kevin Lowe. I was about to say Kevin Love and Dave Moorhead go to the Dolphins and 49ers respectively. I think we have to pick here. I think something's got to be done. At 31. I think I think I go Bushrod because elite strength, A tackle, A hit power, B block shed, B power moves, A to B pursuit. D to F injury though? Oh lord. Elite strength. This is tough. This is like a really tough pick. Then we've got, of course, Calhoun, A tackle, B zone, great speed. Like he looks really good as well. I think maybe the play here is just not pick Barber. I think Barber might just not be the play here, which is insane. Because he like doesn't look good besides his power moves and his speed, and how much does that really matter? You know what? I think I've made my decision. With the 30th pick in the 2026 NFL 2027? No, 2026 NFL draft. The Tennessee Titans select Josh Bushrod out of USC. There he is. I don't know how I feel about this, man. It's crazy. There's Bushrod. He's 13th in true value. Played college basketball for 2 years. Powerful frame. Ability to shed blocks makes him a force in the run game. He is hidden. 92 strength. I knew that elite strength had to mean something. 79 speed. I think we made the right pick. From just what I see right now. So now we're still in an interesting spot. Because we trade down a little bit. Is there a way I can see my picks that I have remaining? I don't think so. From here. I still want Calhoun. I don't really care about the defensive tackle at this point if he goes. But I do want Calhoun. Where is he ranked right now? He's the next outside linebacker. Wait, is he? No, he's not. There's 3 before him on the right, but teams will probably just look for him if he's on the left. And he's ranked 76 right now. I don't think teams would reach for him. I should be able to get him with my second round pick. Even though it is kind of late. So we've got our second round pick, which is in the distant future. Maybe we end up trading a little bit there just to make sure we don't miss out on Calhoun. Probably use one of these 4th through 7th. I'm going to do it right now because I don't really care when it is. I just want it to be a little bit earlier just to guarantee that we're going to be able to get to Calhoun. I don't think we need 46. We'll take like 52 maybe from the Broncos. No, we just made it with the Broncos. We'll be trading up 10 spots. 2 7ths is not enough. We'll trade the much later 4th. And you guys give us a 5th next year. So we're trading up 10 spots, give them a 7th and a 4th this year. They give us a 5th next year. That's not enough. I don't want to trade the better 4th. 4th and 5th 2 years from now. That's even worse. 5th 2 years from now. Dang, do they just don't want anything to give us anything? No, they don't even want the 4th. I mean, I think the 7th just isn't really helping much here. 6th and a 7th next year? Not there yet. And a 7th this year. So we're trading an extra 4th and a 6th and a 7th next year and a 7th this year. That's it. That's what we needed just to basically raise the chances as much as possible that we get the Calhoun. That's just what I want. The Packers make their selection to end the first round. Darren Barber right after us. That is crazy. We'll see who won that pick later. Next, we've got the Browns. Brian Wagner out of USC. Panthers select Mike Elam, center. Giants, Easton Colangelo, center. That's three in a row. Joe Spellman, the running back, goes to Las Vegas. Cardinals select Matt Aldridge, who's a defensive tackle. Saints, Dennis McCullough, left guard. All trenches, pretty much. You got running backs, offensive line, defensive line. Josh Mann goes to the Vikings, who we knew because of a draft story. Isaac Telfer out of Oklahoma. Manny Preston goes to the Rams. Justice Fox goes to the Patriots. Rashard Britton goes to the Commanders. Corey Brackens to the Colts. Henry Collins, quarterback, to the Jets. I think they picked offensive line earlier. Marquez Fitzpatrick to the Bears. Let's just take a look just to make sure we're not doing anything very stupid. I don't even have a player favorited in the until Byers at 60. Then we've got Youngblood, Frazier, Archer, Pruitt, Drummond, and then Calhoun all the way down here. Yeah, I'm definitely fine with just waiting right now. Gabriel Parks, left end, goes to the Chargers. TJ McClain to the Falcons. Another running back. Are you kidding me? I guess they did lose Tyler Algier. James Nobles goes to the Texans. And the Bills select Chase Bush out of Virginia. And we're back up on the board. Man, Calhoun's so far down the board. He's like, how many picks? A lot. But I don't really care. We know he's around 1 to 2 talent. Just pick him, make sure no one else gets him. Peter Calhoun out of Vanderbilt. Looks like a great linebacker for our future. There he is. He's ranked 35th. We drafted him at 51. Average speed for a linebacker, sure tackler, hidden dev. 84 speed, 84 jumping, 87 acceleration. Left-handed, that's cool. Alright, that's 2 hidden. I mean, I've been beasting with hidden devs recently. What's going on with our draft board right now? For round 2 to 3, I mean, we've got a few guys, but I don't remember putting any of these guys as like must drafts. So I think we're gonna go through the rest of the second round pretty simply. Antonio Harper to the Broncos, Caleb Allen to Seattle, Youngblood to the Lions, Ramon Frazier to the Steelers, James Collins to the Bengals. By the way, this is the last. Owen Archer goes. Keontae Bond. This is the last time I'm going to go pick by pick just for the second round. Trevor Mayo goes to the Eagles. London Rudolph to the Cowboys. Dorian Foote to the Bucks. Thomas Richardson to the 49ers. Travis Keenan to the Dolphins. And the Packers conclude the second round with... Wait for it. Maybe. It might not show up. It will show up. Kadeem Barker, receiver out of Oklahoma. We don't pick till late in this round, but I think we might be able to wait. But maybe not, actually. Because like, if you go to like 32 picks from now, which is probably in the hundreds, a lot of our guys will be gone, including Pierman, who I want to at least consider. You know, he's day 3, so actually, no, probably not. And I'm probably good with waiting. I don't have anybody I really need, like, up close. I don't know, it's just like a lot of these guys felt like, I mean, they're on the board, but I don't need them. There's no one I want to trade up for. And there's actually not even that many people on my board left at all. Is Byers worth it? Looks like a good player. I want to be sure, but I'm not going to force another trade up if I don't need to. Are these quarterbacks worth anything? Great speed. Maybe Brett Pruitt's worth picking. Where is he? Ranked 67? I would have to trade up, probably. Yeah, definitely. Let's send him to our user pick and see what's there. So, let's see. Anybody who I know who's on my board who got picks. Byers, yep, he went to the Saints. Who else? Anyone else? Doesn't seem like it. Because I think the quarterback's still on the board. No, he's not. I think I just missed him. So, guys, Marcus Thomas still here. Good. I don't know why he's here. Probably saw his speed or something and decided to put him on the board. Well, I remember even talking about, like, he doesn't look good. I'm going to put him on my board anyway. Who's the next best option? Who's Randy Bradford? BBB. Good throw power. Doesn't look anything. He doesn't look like anything special. I think I could trade down here. I just don't really care about the talent. I am slightly interested in some of the running backs, though. Still Juan Man. Who didn't he, like, yeah, he didn't do the combine. So I want to trade down, probably for a next year pick and just wait till the 4th, maybe. How are my picks looking right now? So after this, we'll have a 4th round pick, and then the 5th, a 6th, and 2 7s. So I could just increase the amount of 4ths I have. We'll see how what the teams want to do. Okay, I need at least a 2026 4th. Okay, guys, like, oh, if I do that, I only get a 7th next year. I could do this, get a 3rd, 5th, and 7th next year. A 4th and a 7th this year. A 3rd next year, 5th next year. 3rd next year, 7th this year, 7th next year. 4th this year, 7th this year. 4th this year, 6th 2 years from now, 7th next year. I mean, yeah, the trades aren't anything crazy. This year 3rd and this year 6th. That's not bad. I'm trading down with the Packers. It'd be trading down with the Packers. Yeah, because like getting 96 and then still getting a 6 is better than what most of these teams are offering. Even though a 4th this year and a 5th next year sounds pretty good. I could always look for a 3rd in a stronger draft class. 4th this year, 6th this year, 7th next year, 4th this year. I think the Packers are the best one. But it's even worth trading down that low. Like, I'm really want to get next year picks. I'd like specifically a 4th this year and a 5th next year. I think one person did provide that, right? Did anyone give you a 4th and a 5th next year? I think they did. Yeah, Falcons.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a trade.
Marcus Thomas just went. And now we've got the next fourth round pick after the Giants select. Then we've got another one at 112. Alright, we'll probably take both of these fourth round picks. Is there any receivers that interest me, actually, just to make sure? The only guy who actually has a decent talent here is Terrence Hitchens, who looks like the worst receiver I've ever seen. So even the fact that he's somehow around 3 to 4 talent is kind of scary for this entire draft class. I think the question is here is kind of if you draft Bradford, and I think the answer is probably no. Maybe next fourth round pick, not this one. Maybe one of these guys here give me something. It's gonna be probably a tight end or a running back. Jamison Huff. Oh yeah, the fastest tight end. Or at least one of them. Let's go with him. Jamison Huff goes to the Titans. Just so you guys know, I don't think any of the guys I drafted today are going to be anything higher than like a 74. But I don't really care. Like, this is a draft where I need guys who are going to make instant impacts. My team is too good for that right now. Oh, Huff was ranked 228. Bad pick. Okay. Good speed for a tight end, serviceable hands, and runs a decent intermediate route. 86 speed. But yeah, probably like a 62. Maybe even lower. And Bradford goes to the Jags. Oh man, all the running backs except for Ben are gone. Well, we're picking Ben now. 105 in true value. Picked him at 112. Does not have hidden depth. He has 90 speed. Right now, we're just trying to see if we can grab any gems out of nowhere. Round 5. I need to look at my draft picks again because I have bad short-term memory. Excuse me. So we'll still have this 5th, a 6th, and 2 7ths. Do I just pick Hitchens at this point? I mean, it'll at least give me a good grade for him, but I just don't see a reason. He just does not look good at all. I'd rather have a chance to have someone who'd play one day than someone who just would never play. There's still Julius Riley here who looks good, man. Like, he looks alright. I could probably see if I'll take him with my 7th round pick. Pierman still... I mean, he is a day 3 pick, and this is a day 3 pick I'm using. Maybe I pick Pierman. Free safety stringer. Nothing crazy athletically, but B-man, B block shed, B hit power, A to B stamina. Maybe I pick him. Probably Pierman or this guy. This guy looks bad. I don't want him. I guess we can see if any of these quarterbacks are just somehow really crazy. Why does this guy have, like, really bad ratings except for, like, specific... I guess he's probably like a scrambler or something. Yep, he is. Then the guy under him has elite accuracies. I mean, at least elite throw power. B deep accuracy. He's really low. I can probably pick him in the 7th round. So yeah, I'm not gonna pick them yet at all. But do I pick Jerry Pierman? I think, yeah, I do. Oh, I want the safety too. Maybe you'll still be there. Welcome to the team, Pierman. He's ranked 123. I picked him at 156. Hands made of glue, strong, reliable hands, and highlight reel catches are the norm. So he's a great catching guy. Not much speed there. But, I mean, he has an A-spec catch, and all of his things talk about how good he is at catching the football. So I think he's good at catching the football, guys. And maybe I should have just traded up for the safety, because he's probably not going to be here. Nope, he is here. Alright, well, he's definitely the pick. No question about that. He's ranked 286. Hits lack power, faster on tape, lacks awareness. That's like all negative things. Okay. Well, okay. You're gonna miss some picks. 2 sevenths, right? Yeah, both very late sevenths. Maybe I'm probably just gonna see if I pick that QB, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with the other seventh. Is the elite throw power guy still here? I can't remember. No, they got him. Someone grabbed the elite throw power guy. Alright. I mean, I don't really care. I don't think any of these guys are good, but I don't think it's worth picking any quarterbacks, because I think he's the only guy who had a chance to do something. I think probably trade these 2 sevens for like a... How about we do this? Alright, how about we do this? We go to all positions. We see if somebody has speed. We have 3 guys with elite speed. It's a right tackle, a left linebacker, and another right tackle. Okay. Whatever. We picked one. 337. Okay. This class is gonna look really bad because I've just picked a lot of random players who had no chance of being anything good. Anyway, the 7th is probably getting shipped out for whatever I can get for it. Let's see. So maybe I could get like a 6 next year and a 7th the year after. Not quite. 6 next year? Alright, that was good enough. Remember, I said don't expect anything crazy from these overalls, or you will be disappointed. Probably. Well, we did get a 75 overall, and actually none of my guys were really that low, except for Ricky Bryan, who was a 7th round pick. Just those are just first impressions. But Bushrod is a 75, Calhoun's a 73, Huff 65, Juan Man actually almost a 70. Pierman's actually almost a 72. Well, before we look at them, let's take a look at this draft class as a whole. Geo Jackson, who I could have easily traded up for, by the way, ends up being the highest overall player in the draft at 80 overall. I did not see that from him. I did not see 80 overall potential, but he does look like a good player. But then again, it is kind of easy to be a high overall player as a safety. Stevens is a very high overall. Where's the Commanders guy? Here he is, Garrison Carson, who I didn't want to trade up for. It was just too much to ask. He looks amazing, of course. Well, does he have a good depth trait? No, he's star. Of course, I'm not going to spend too much time looking at these other positions. I just want to see like if I missed out on anybody who I really could have gotten. Or I really wanted and then passed on. There's rushing. Let's look round by round. Second round. Oh, don't. I guess we can sort by overall. Mikey. There's Owen Archer. It's like a lot of these guys weren't that good. And Frazier was, of course, not great. Wait, where's the Packers defensive lineman that they picked right after me? Was that in the third round? I can't really remember. Oh, no, it was at the end of the first round, right? Yeah, Darren Barber, who I decided not to select. 81 power moves. Yeah, that is definitely a power moves. I mean, I haven't looked at my guys yet, but he looks pretty good. I mean, of course, we got the way higher overall, but if he has a depth trait, then it doesn't matter really what overall he is. He is star, so, like, whatever. Yeah, I'm completely fine with the pick I made. 3 QBs picked in round 1. 1 in round 2. 1 in round 3. Oh, I gotta look at the guy I passed on. The guy with really high throw power. Was that the guy? No, there's no way, right? Because my guy had elite throw power. But actually, I can check on the stream who it was that I was looking at. I think it was before I picked Pierman, right? Yeah, it was. So the person's name who had elite throw power was Chris Wallace, or yeah, Clyde Wallace, and that was like way earlier. Here he is, 63 overall, normal dev, 94 throw power, just not much else. So yeah, I'm fine with not picking, but the Ravens got a randomly good quarterback who I didn't end up picking because I said none of them are going to be good. Of course, one of them was good, or at least decent. Yeah, since this wasn't really a crazy good draft class, especially for my needs, I didn't really have anybody who I really got mad who I missed out on, because one guy I really wanted that I missed out on, I couldn't trade up to 11. I mean, I could, but it would cost too much. Josh Bushrod looks big for 286, but anyway, he's a 75 run stopper, 75 pass rusher, so he's a higher overall than the other guy. Has much lower power moves, but better block shed, better strength, I would think. Faster. I mean, 79 speed for left end is pretty good. I don't know, like with our team, I don't know if how much playtime he'll ever get, or even for the rest of his franchise, since I don't know how long it's going to be. But he does seem like a decent. He's already almost a starting left end, so. And then we got Peter Calhoun, left outside linebacker, wearing number 50. He just took Gibbons 50 already. That's crazy. He did not hesitate. 77 hit power, 84 speed, 71 block shedding, 83 tackle, 83 pursuit, 79 strength. Good injury. That's something. But yeah, I mean, I told you, these guys are really just good picks. And I think I did that for the most part. Jameson Huff isn't anything special at tight end. 86 speed, 76 catching, 88 acceleration, 75 spec catch. I mean, he looks alright. Yeah, I just don't think this was a good draft class. I mean, like, even if you go to just NFL and you sort by overalls, there's a couple high guys, and then you drop the 77. There's 177, only, 5 76s? This is not a good draft class. So, and especially for a team that made it deep in the playoffs, there wasn't much for me to do. So I think I did good for a draft class that was handed. Juan Man, number 27 out of Colorado. 69 overall, elusive back, 90 speed, good acceleration and agility, great carrying, decent juke and spin move. I mean, you gotta be drafted high overall as a running back if you want to get play time. It's the sad, sad truth. And then we got Jay Peterman, who I've been talking about for a long time, but we do pick him out of Boston College. He wants to wear 84. That's fine. He has 87. So, yeah, you can see the difference between A-spec catch. When you have A-spec catch, you can have 87 or you can have 98. He's decent. I guess I'll be somewhat excited to use him in the preseason. 79 juke move. And let's just speed through these last few picks, so I don't really care about, or last couple of picks. Luke Stringer, they made him look way worse than he is. 64 isn't terrible, but yeah, nothing ratings that they say his hits have no strength, but 80 hit power isn't terrible, man. Come on, don't disrespect my boy Luke Stringer out of Eastern Washington, which isn't even in college football 25. And finally, we've got Ricky Bryan out of USC. He's got the... Oh, I like his red. He has a lot of red on. 86 speed, 88 acceleration. He really has nothing going for him, though. He really just does not. But hey, any of these guys could become a starter one day on some team, some way, somehow. 2 USC players. So, that's nice, I guess. But yeah, this is where we're going to end it, alright? I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. It was pretty long. 1 hour, 48 minutes to this point. We'll probably end up hitting 149. I don't know. I'm just yapping. I don't know how long it's actually going to take. But, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm excited to see how my team looks. See you guys next time for the preseason and training camp. Adios.